Okay, we're now going to move on to something that is a pretty major topic in GCSE mathematics and in mathematics itself, and that's the topic of trigonometry. And before you begin, we're going to just check that everything is working well with your calculators and everything is fine. So the first thing I want you to do is to type into your calculator, press the sign button, which if you have a school sharp calculator bought from school, it's on the top line of the scientific buttons. So press sign and it should flash up, and then press 30. Type in 30. Don't worry about the degrees, of course, but type in sine 30, press equals, and it should equal a half. Now, if it doesn't equal a half, then you'll either need to let me know or follow the following to make sure that your calculator is in the right mode. At the top of your calculator, you should have written DEG, okay, in the top, in small letters, written on the display just above where it says normal mode. It should say DEG. The other options it could say are RAD or GRAD. I'm not going to go into many details about what these are, or any in fact. You need to have your calculator in the correct mode, which is degrees. Now, if when you typed in sine 30 and pressed equals it didn't say a half, the first thing you need to do is this. Or in the future, if things don't seem to be working out, you would do this. You press setup, press the setup button, then press 0, because 0 takes you into being able to select whether it's degrees, radians or gradians, or deg, rad and grad, and then press 0 again, and 0 again will set your calculator to degree mode. Okay, so that's the first job we need to do. We have to check that your calculator is in the right mode. If it isn't, you can use setup 0 and 0, and that will set your calculator to degrees. Now, if you're struggling or you have a different type of calculator, pause the video now and then we'll ask me and I will get your calculator put into the right mode. Okay. Okay, example 6, and it is 5.6, find 5.6 sine 30. Find it. Okay, really that means use a calculator to work out the value of. Now, first of all, let's just look at what this really means. 5.6 sine 30, okay, and it is sine, not sin, and that's a little bit of a pet hate of mine. So you'll call it sine, cosine and tangent, or sine, cos and tan, okay, but not sin. Now, 5.6 sine 30, that means 5.6 times sine 30. We'll go into lots of detail in the next video about what sine 30 really means. But to start with, what I want you to be able to do is work this out on your calculator. So you type in 5.6, you type in sine 30 and press equals 5.6 sine 30, and it tells me the value of that is 2.8. Okay, I know it seems ridiculously easy, but we'll use this exercise first off just as a way of working out and actually exploring what some of these values are, what their relationships are. There is a lot to come, but as in the first instance, just start by getting used to typing in on your calculator the different values for sine, cos and tan. Remember the number in front. It's like algebra in that there is an invisible multiply sign and invisible times between that 5.6 and the sine 30. But get cracking, work through this exercise, exercise F. And if you're not in the right mode or if you're struggling with anything, you can let me know. What I will say is do not try and do the last two questions. That will be the first two questions that you try once we've been through the next video. So work right the way through the exercise up to the last two questions. Any problems, let me know. Good luck.